Families, Providence, thanks for tuning in. And it's a very, very sad state of affairs. Lil Durk, on his 33rd birthday, released a message from jail thanking the people for his support. And he released a snippet for our listening consideration. It sounded pretty good. Apparently, he recorded it on his Apple Watch.
This is a prepaid call from
who you depend on. If you need something, who can you bend on? Ask your she really put in the friend zone. Came from nothing, ate on nothing, had nothing to put my grits on. Run it up, I'm from the mud, I really watched the Flintstone. Fortnite, put the car down to get the skins on. Olympic shots to her tummy tuck to put her pants on. Cass came back on bro, mama, hope she live long. Seen him cry 1,000 nights, I hope you know I feel for him. Long live, 40 years, home invasion, wrong crib. Can't even get a job, his criminal record like a long bill. Thinking he a pill pop an animal, he took the wrong pill. Got his stomach pumped, the doctor told him that he gon' live. I'm talking to friends, I'm talking to family, talking relationship, it's insanity. Talking to the trench, talking to the trench, talking to the bro, that's on the wrist.
And it was basically a message saying, look, I'm here. I'm still the voice. I'm working on me. And when I get out of here, I'm going to be a voice for change. And I'm going to get back to the business of giving the people what they want. He says this: I don't have all the words, but I'm thankful to still have a voice. Thankful for everyone who stood on love when things got heavy. I'm working on myself, working on peace, and hoping the city feels that too. Now, I know for a fact Lil Durk didn't want to spend his 33rd birthday in prison, because no one wants to spend any amount of time in prison, certainly not a day that's supposed to be as festive as your birthday. You want to be out celebrating, kicking it with your family, feeling loved and appreciated, which Durk probably still does feel loved and appreciated, but you'd rather be out with your family, your friends, celebrating another year on this earth. So it might have been a day of mixed feelings for him. Glad to have seen another year on this planet. Not really happy to be where he's at right now. And he said very clearly in his message that he's thankful for everyone who stood on love when things got heavy. And I'm taking that to mean he's thankful for all the people still riding with him, not switching on him. He says love, but I feel like he almost wanted to say stood on business. Maybe stood on business would have been too gangster for this post. So he said stood on love when things got heavy. And he's basically trying to say, yo, thankful for all the people who seeing me down bad right now, seeing me locked up right now, seeing my ops win right now, seeing YoungBoy tearing it up right now, being the hottest rapper of his generation right now. Right? The Gen Zers are going crazy for YoungBoy right now, and even folks older than him. And Lil Durk is looking like he's losing this beef. People, even Lil Baby once upon a time was rocking with him, now switching sides on him. People ain't liking to see all that. And so a lot of people have seemingly been riding the YoungBoy wave, and Lil Durk is trying to say, look, thank y'all for rocking with me. I'm down bad right now, but thank you. He says he's working on himself, working on peace, and hoping the city feels that too. Now, I hate to sound critical of Lil Durk, because I really do feel for any man in prison. I don't really like to see people get locked up. I don't like to see young black men get locked up. But we got to speak the truth. I'm the type of person, I believe in speaking the truth, because number one, I believe firmly that the truth, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. That's what Jesus said. Truth is important. Knowing the truth is how we keep ourselves from trouble. Knowing the truth is how we avoid the mistakes that other people have made, learning from their mistakes, right? This is what we're supposed to be doing. I would have loved for Lil Durk to be working on himself, working on peace, and working to help have his city feel the love and the peace when he was out. But when he was out, it wasn't about no peace, right? Gillian Wallow told him on $1 million worth of game podcast that he should be seeking peace, not to be doing any of that gang nonsense. right? They cried over it on the podcast, and Lil Durk looked at him that he was like he was funny, like it was funny. And now that he's been locked up for a year, and he's trying to beat a case, and obviously he's trying to do a little bit of PR work. Now he's talking about how he wants to seek the peace. Well, it may be a little bit too late. Now, I'm not going to say Lil Durk is guilty because it's innocent until proven guilty. We've seen the feds now in the case of the Diddy trial build terrible cases and come after people when the case was not strong. And in my opinion, at least 2 out of the 4 charges that Diddy was charged with, he was not guilty of. And so we've seen the feds build terrible cases. Maybe that's what's happening here. I'll never jump the gun again when it comes to believing what the feds have. I used to always do that, but I think the Diddy trial showed me that the feds can build bad cases too. They can be wrong as well. And maybe Lil Durk will be proven to be innocent. Maybe he'll beat the case. I don't know. But I'm going to be honest how I feel. Knowing Durk, knowing where he came from, knowing what he stands on, even listening to some of the statements he made on podcasts, I think he did do the crimes that he's being accused of. That he did seek to murder the individuals that were involved in the death of his homie, King Von. And he slid for them because the whole internet was telling him to slide. Him and King Von weren't really talking much about peace and peace for the city. They were really about killing their ops. It's been shown now in court that Old Block ran up on FBG Duck and took him off the planet. And King Von and Lil Durk were celebrating it. They loved it. They celebrated death. They celebrated destruction. They brought that type of energy around them. And when you bring that energy around you, this is what happens. Now, maybe he's not guilty for what happened with Lil Durk and all that. Okay, cool. But still, he is where he is because he brought that type of energy around him. He surrounded himself with people like King Von who brought that type of energy around him. Now, listen, man, I promise you, I love to see black men win and I want to see black men win, but y'all gotta leave the gangsterism behind. Y'all gotta leave it behind. My biggest concern is that we see individuals end up where Lil Durk is and we don't learn the lessons we're supposed to be learning because it keeps happening. Don't wait until the feds lock you up to say, look, I'm working on myself and now I want to push peace. Because one, it seems a little bit disingenuous, right? Are you saying this just for some PR so that you can get the people on your side to make you look like you're a good person, right? We've seen the clip of him calling into a mosque. All of that is some very nice PR work, but that's not going to work on a jury. It's not going to get the feds to drop the charges against you. Work for peace before they come lock you up. Work for peace before there's some significant consequences for your actions. And so my stance is, look, if Lil Durk is innocent, yeah, of course, free that man. I don't want to see any innocent man be in prison. But if Lil Durk did what he did, there's real consequences for that. You can't commit murder for hire, and allegedly he's done it multiple times now, and expect for there to be no consequences for your actions. You expect God to bless you and set you free when you've killed people made in his image. Lil Pab, all these people that you thought were expendable, right? I mean, I remember he was on Academics podcast talking about, yeah, who cares about these people? They're expendable. Well, God cares. You want to pray to God now or pray to your God now, right? And you want to ask your God to bless you. But the true and living God, you were killing creation made in his image. And so now it may very well be God's will for you to pay the price for your actions. And God can still show love to you and allow you to be a changed man, but you'll be a changed man in prison if it is the will of God for your life, because there are real consequences to your actions. If in fact he's guilty, right? Maybe he isn't. Innocent until proven guilty. But again, my heart breaks because I would have liked to have seen Lil Durk, King Von, all these people, right, to change their life before they met the grave consequences of their actions. So a blessed 33rd birthday to Lil Durk. I'm hoping for the best possible outcome for his situation, but consequences are consequences. All right, this is Providence. Thank you guys for listening. Please like, subscribe, share your opinions in the comments. And I'll see you guys in the next video.